As you can see behind me, we got a little snow here in New Jersey, which means we need to do two things in today's video. The first thing is I am dying to take my freshly ceramic coated 2022 G80 M3 xDrive out in the snow. Now, this car is equipped with Pirelli P0 tires, which are terrible on a dry summer day. I don't imagine it's gonna go all that well, but hey, we gotta try it. You can literally get the whole thing sliding sideways. Hey, this is Bryan. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. In today's video, I am dying to take out, I'm not excited to clean the car again, but I am dying to take this car out, my 2022 G80 M3 xDrive, the first ever xDrive BMW made, unfortunately on summer tires, out into the unknown to see how well it does. Now, I do have some Continental DWS 06 tires for it. However, I haven't had time to put them on yet, so we're just gonna go as is and see how the car handles with the factory setup. And if it gets stuck, we do have another vehicle that could pull it out, so I'm not too worried, but I also don't have a second driver. So if I do get stuck, it is going to be a big problem, but hey, you never know unless you try. And then for thing number two, I'm excited to unveil a new vehicle on the channel that was made for weather conditions like this. So let's get started. Now, before we pull the G80 M3 out, as you can see, I've got some things in the way. I actually need to go plow part of the driveway real quick because my wife has a friend over and I don't want to have a video stopping her friends coming over because happy wife, happy life. So let's go over. Unfortunately, I broke the quad, so I have to fix the shifter real quick. Well, hopefully fix the shifter because right now it only goes forward. It doesn't go in reverse, which is kind of a pain. So let's go fix that. I'm going to take a couple passes of the driveway and then we'll come back here. We'll get this mower out of here. We'll get this other quad out of here. We'll get this other car out of here. And then we'll take the G80 for a drive. All right, so here we are over in my other garage where we have the X7, which is also freshly ceramic coated thanks to Vega Detailing. But if you look over here, the shifter's not supposed to do that. And there's literally just this shift rod. It just bounces around when you try to shift it. So I don't really know how to fix these. So I'm just gonna have to start taking it apart. Ah, all right, so it's completely snapped. The thing with quads is, there it goes. Yes, they work best when you like rock them back and forth and then shift the gears. So this is gonna be a pain. This is not the right tool to do it. But let me see if I can at least get it started. All right, now that I'm not gonna get frostbite, let me clear this out real quick. All right, the driveway for what my wife needs is done. This is all asphalt and it goes back to the studio where we film, and there's the Mini Cooper. If you wanna buy it, let me know, we might be selling it. But anyway, I purposely left this extra snowy. It's very slick even after I did the plowing here. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to try to even get the M3 up this far. And then even when it gets up here where I plowed, if you watch Tommy's video where he had to pull his M3 with his Tesla, similar situation. My driveway is very slick as it is because it's all pretty fresh. It's about a year old or so, so very slick. It's got this nice thin layer of ice on it, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, but I wanna take it out on the open road. I don't wanna just stay at my house here. All right, let me move some stuff. There's a quad, there's a lawnmower, there's another car, so let me go move that stuff out and then I'll pull out the M3. All right, so now that everything is out of the way, I can get green outside. Before I do so, while everything is still fresh, I'm gonna grab some suction cup mounts and I'll put some GoPros on. I don't wanna do it after it gets all salty and snowy and nasty because then it'll mess up my paint. So we're gonna try to not do that, but let me grab some cameras and we'll mount them up. All right, I forgot my key in the house, but I have this little key card thing in my wallet, which is awesome because you can just start the car with that thing. It's amazing. Unless someone finds it, then you're screwed. But I just want to let the car warm up for a little bit before we take it out for some shenanigans. All right, let's see what driving a G80 M3 xDrive is like with summer tires on a snowy day. I really don't feel like this is gonna fare well. Going no miles an hour seems fine. Braking actually isn't bad. I feel like this brakes better than the M340i. All right, we have our first snowy road. Look at that. How's that, Tommy? Haha. All right, that was like too uneventful. Let me try again. All right, so I do just have regular traction control on. I'm gonna put it in M mode. DSC inactive. All right, that makes it a little more sloppy, but I guess with the traction control on especially, I wasn't even sliding. All right, so far, so good. You can see the roads aren't terrible. I'm just gonna put it in regular traction control mode. So it seems pretty good so far. I feel very comfortable in this car. I would not feel comfortable in my F80 in this weather. I don't feel comfortable in the F80 when it rains. That thing's a loose cannon. This thing I definitely have way more confidence with. And I'm even trying to drive. Again, the roads right now, they are plowed. They're still slick though. With the quad, I was just slipping it sideways every time I had to come back down. But overall, I am wildly surprised. I don't like the P0. Sorry, Pirelli. I just don't think they're the right tire for this car because of the power level. Right now, we have some other modifications on it that put us at 610 wheel horsepower, all-wheel drive. We'll talk about that in another video. We have to do some things before we can talk more about it. But that being said, I have the tune at full force right now. Try to stop pretty suddenly. All right, this is great. This is way better than I thought. I was expecting to not even be able to get my driveway. Oh, I should put it in two-wheel drive. Here's two-wheel drive for you. You just start to accelerate and the car just drifts and wanders. And then here's four-wheel drive. This is great. Now I do have traction control on right now and it's keeping me nice and straight. Two-wheel. Yeah, two-wheel's a loose cannon in this car right now. So I had a friend that had an Evo, and we went out in his car one day, and he had summer tires on it. And even though all the wheels were spinning, it was terrible. It was horrible. So part of this probably has to do with BMW's traction control system. With this car specifically, it has a 10-part system. And the purpose of it is to help you learn how to drift, and it allows more slip depending on what your setting is. This thing, I'm also lower too, I don't know if I've told you that. Just so, if I'm a little bit of a snowplow, if it gets a little deeper here, I'm gonna go to a spot where I think there's probably going to be a little bit more snow. I feel super comfortable in this car. The challenge with that though, is you have to watch that you don't get a false sense of security and then push it a little too hard. You still have to drive like it's snowy and icy out, but I'm wildly impressed right now. I've been driving my other vehicle that I'm gonna show you in a little bit. The thing with that is driving that in the snow, it's very uneventful because it's made for this kind of stuff. And I can safely say my car is no longer super clean, but with the ceramic, hopefully all this junk just falls off, or worst case, I just take it back and hose it off when it's not freezing. That's the joy of ceramic coating. And from light scratching and things like that, you don't have to worry about it. You have to worry about it a little bit, but not by just this kind of stuff. It is 28 degrees, so it's very possible that there's patches of ice out here. But again, I have traction control on. This is the ultimate daily driver, in my opinion. It's got room for 5, and I have a wife and 3 little kids, so we all fit in this car. We have a car seat, a booster, and then my other guy is big enough to where he doesn't need a booster. It's got a really good sized trunk. It's got 500 wheel horsepower from the factory. You can switch it from 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive. The only thing that's not cool about this car is the price, because it's definitely not a cheap car. That is not a plowed road. Let's see how this is over here. Oh no, my windshield wiper fell off. What the heck was that? How did that even happen? I literally did a drift and my windshield wiper fell off. What the heck? Look at this. My wiper just like broke in half. I think it just snaps on. I just haven't done this style yet. So I'm gonna have to figure it out real quick. So give me a minute to figure out this. I don't want this going up in here scratching my windshield. That would suck. No idea what's going on with that. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get a new one. But in the meantime, just gonna casually set up a camera over here and see if we can just spin it around a couple times. This parking lot's not very big, so it's kind of hard, but you can literally get the whole thing sliding sideways. How cool. Amazing. Now, although I would love to stay and just drift all day. So those were, I had it in 4-wheel drive with DSC completely off. And yeah, it was really fun. The 2-wheel drive, you just can't get going fast enough, where the all-wheel drive, it's a complete monster. Look at this thing. Ugh. I literally just had it ceramic coated. This is the first time I've driven it since. Look at the door. Ugh. Some of you were like, oh no, he touched a dirty car. Yeah, look at this. Let's see if I got any snowplow action. No, it looks like we're tall enough to where there's no, look how clean this all looks. And then there's all this crap. Oh, I need to put my TLG mud flaps on. Should have had them on before the video. But wow, this is the ultimate daily driver family car. You can literally drive this thing year-round. I have summer tires on it, which I do not recommend. Get some all seasons or something like that. Get some winter tires. But look at this thing. It is so capable, and I'm not getting stuck anywhere. So let's put the camera back in the car and we'll head home, and then I'll show you my other car. Yeah, super impressed with this car right now. I love this car before in the dry, but it's way more fun in the wet, and it's even more fun in the snow and ice. You might say like the M5 is better. The M5's too big. That's why I didn't get it. I was gonna get an F90 M5, but I don't know. I would still like an M5. I just can't justify the cost, but with an M5, you have a little bit more interior room, but it's just such a big car. With this, it's decently compact. It's still large enough to fit 5 people. It's got all the power you need. Honestly, you know, we self-tunes and stuff. Even if you never tune this car, it's got plenty of power. It's got 500 horsepower. I mean, we were running 11 fours all day long at the track. And with that, I couldn't even grip my tires. If I could actually grip, I could probably get 11.2 maybe? I don't know. But super fun car. If I, like I said before, if I was in my F80 rear wheel drive, which has less power than this car, I'd be white knuckled right now. So that sums up how I feel about the G80 M3. I love the car. I think it is one of the best cars that you can buy. That being said, it's not the most practical when I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, or I have to transport a big exhaust from the warehouse to the studio, or if I have buckets of used oil that I need to get from the studio to a recycling center. I'm not putting that in the G80 M3. So I needed a truck. Now, when I was looking at trucks, there's the TRX, which is just stupidly expensive and definitely not in the budget. I also considered the Gladiator for a minute, but the Gladiator is a Jeep. It's not a truck. Sorry if you have a Gladiator and you feel like it's an actual truck. It's not a truck. I needed something that I could tow. You probably saw the Mini Cooper is on the trailer right now. I need something that I can tow the G80 with if I need to, or the F80 if we're going to a racetrack, or the 335 if it breaks down. So I need something that has towing capacity. Some of the Gladiators do, but people that I talk to that have the Gladiator, like Ray, said even things like once you go above 80 miles an hour, it's like, it's a little sketchy. So I wanted something that was super reliable. I wanted something that we could mod, because I didn't want to just buy just like a regular F-150 or something like that. I wanted something that was moddable, that we could do some content for you guys on, that I think you guys would like. And it's extremely practical. It's great in all weather, and it is my Ford Raptor. This is my 2017 Ford Raptor. It has the twin turbo 3.5 liter, and it's a monster. It's got about 450 horsepower or so, which is going to be going up from there. And might not seem like we need it on a cool day, but Mishimoto, Ricky and John over there, sent me a very, very nice care package. Thank you guys for sending that. So we have some Mishimoto products we're gonna be putting on here. You can see it's got these huge tires and wheels. I'm used to rubber band tires, so having mud tires, that was definitely something that's very, very new to me. This wheel, I think it's a 17. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 17. And because of how big these tires are, it makes it look like a 12. But insane. I love the styling of this truck. If you look at it, it has these really cool headlights, and it's got like a built-in wide body kit. They said that, based on what I read, this F-150 is about 8 inches wider than my old F-150, which I think is crazy. But when you look at it, you can just see how the fender all pops out here. Check that out. Mishi actually has, we might do it one day, we'll see. Mishi actually has a snorkel you could put on here. Look, I got carbon mirror caps. But look, I know it's a little hard to see because of the snow, but you can see how that juts out, and the overall styling of this truck in general is just unbelievable. They did such a good job. Before this, we didn't really talk about it much because it was kind of boring, but I had a 2010 gray F-150, which is like the most common truck that you see on the road, and it was just super boring. Where with this one, this truck is awesome. I can't wait to do some mods to it. So let me show you some of the inside, and then we'll take it out on the road and see how it does. Now, as you can imagine, this thing is meant for off-road. It's meant for towing. It's got a tow package. It has tow assist. It's got all kinds of lights so you can take this thing off-road. Here, check this out. It's even pre-wired to add accessories. So if you want to have like a train horn, or you want to have like accessory lighting, or maybe you want to be a police car for a day and put splicing sirens in. You can do it, and it's all pre-wired and under the hood. All you need to do is just tap that wire and you are good to go. That is so cool. I've never seen that in any other car. It'd be so cool if BMW had something like this, if you wanted to do like line lock or something. I don't know, it'd be super cool. But anyway, it's a little bit of a mess right now, but check it out. It's got a lot of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber, a turbo in a truck. It's like an M3. So super cool. Start it up. It is a little bit quiet, but I heard my friends at AWE are gonna help with that. So it's got carbon over here. This is really cool. It has this trailer backup thing. So basically, like when you're driving and you're backing up a trailer, typically if you want your trailer to go right, you go left, and vice versa. This, you can actually, if you're not super comfortable with driving a trailer, or maybe you have like a huge camper or something, you actually turn this dial and then it'll steer the wheel the other way. Now, normally you just put your hand on the bottom, but hey, it's just a super cool feature. It's got 2-wheel drive, it's got 4-wheel auto, it's got 4-wheel high, it's got 4-wheel low, it's got 2 turbos, so might need to upgrade those boys one day too. Yeah, when I had my old truck, I used it for more towing and just moving stuff around. My biggest gripe with that one was that it was only 2-wheel drive, and like weather like this, it was terrible and it was super sketchy. So what I would do is whenever it would snow, I'm just backing up to shut the garage if you're wondering like, where's he going? So basically what I would do is I would shovel the driveway and I would shovel it into the bed of the truck, and then I'd basically drive around with like 500 pounds of snow in the bed. Otherwise I just couldn't get traction to save my life because the back of that thing is just so light. So with this, it's all-wheel drive, which is really the main thing I wanted. And then, you know, being twin turbo wasn't a bad add-on. So let me go shut this garage and then we'll take it out on the open road. All right, let's go for a drive in the Raptor. So, this thing, it's so effortless. It's so uneventful. I will say I hit ice really bad the other day at the shop, or at the warehouse, I'll say. And basically what happened is we got about 8 inches of snow and then didn't get plowed like it was supposed to. Not my fault. And then it melted and then froze overnight. And then when I went the next day, it was all just completely ice covered. And I actually went to stop and I had to slide the truck sideways to not hit a parking block and go off a small 4-foot cliff. Zach and I actually joked about how funny and terrible would it be if that was the way we introduced the Raptor. I was like, we bought a Raptor and it fell off a cliff. So really glad that didn't happen. As far as, I don't have the GoPros mounted up, everything was just super snowy. I figure I'd just give you some driving impressions in here. In the Raptor, you don't even feel like it snowed. I mean, it just conquers. And it also has those big mud tires, which are snow rated. So it's like, I don't know, it's almost unfair how good this truck is in the snow. And the cool thing is, not only is it good in the snow, this thing has 450 horsepower. So it's pretty quick. Now, it is not fast. It runs like a 14-second quarter mile. It's fast for a truck, but outside of that, it is not fast. Now this, like I said, you expect it to be good in the snow and in the weather and whatnot, because this is what it's made for. I mean, I haven't really used it yet, but it even has snow mode. So, give it a little gas here. Oh yeah. This truck is so fun. I wasn't really a truck guy. I've had a truck for a couple years, but this thing, complete game changer. I mean, this, if you're not a truck guy, drive a Raptor and you'll like trucks, because it's like driving, I think I was talking to Tommy El Garage the other day and we were talking about the Raptor, and I was like, if BMW made an M series truck, this would be it. And it's so true. I mean, everything inside, it's all leather. I mean, some of it might be fake, but it's got stitching on the dash. It's got carbon fiber. What truck has carbon fiber? Now, it has it really nice over here, really nice over here. It's got some other parts. Some of it it's a little bit funky. Now this is a used truck. It has like 75,000 miles on it, so it's not a brand new truck or anything like that. Again, it's 2017. This is just like an overlay. It's kind of peeling up a little bit, so I have to tape that back down. But even though it's an overlay, it still looks really good. The mirror caps are overlays, and I'll show you in a little bit. They fit terrible, so they might get swapped out, but you only really see it when you're inside the truck. Well, here's our little parking lot over here. I switched it over to 2-wheel. We're just gonna turn traction control off. Ah! Hit some ice. Even with these, well, it's icy, so it's not really fair to say that. But I was gonna say, even with these huge tires on here, it still allows me to slide. All right, I have 4-wheel drive mode now. Traction control completely off. All right, in the Raptor, 2-wheel drive is the only fun way to be able to drift it. If you try to do 4-wheel drive, it just hooks too much and just doesn't really let you do anything. Not that this is my donut vehicle of choice or drifting vehicle of choice, I'll say, but yeah, it's still fun to slide this stuff around. I have a little more fear of something like this tipping. So let's go over here. There's a road over here that looks to be unpaved. All right, so going back here, this handles this like a champ. This road, I've taken it before in one of the BMWs, and it's extremely sketchy. It's very, very bumpy. It's not really paved all that well. You can feel it's pretty bumpy, but I mean, this thing just handles so good. It's so much fun. See all the dust behind us as we're just ripping through this back road here. Oh, there's like potholes everywhere. In this truck, you just drive through the woods and just conquer. There's not a single tire track. We are just paving the way for everyone who lives on the street, which is like 2 people. So between the G80, whoa, got a little squirrely there. Between the G80 and the Raptor, this is gonna be a fun winter. I really hope we get a lot of snow, because if it's a manageable, whoa. That was like a really, really, really deep puddle. Like small pond deep. But what I was saying is, with the G80 and with the Raptor, it's gonna be such a fun winter. And if you guys like when we do videos like this, I mean, normally my standard comfort zone is like DIY stuff on the BMWs. And obviously we're not going anywhere from BMW. I just needed a truck, so figured might as well just get a fun truck. So we're definitely gonna be modding it, but if you wanna see more, oh, there's another car. What I was saying is, if you guys like this style of video, I mean, it's not something we normally do, but if this is something that you guys are like, hey, I wanna see you guys make more videos like this, let us know, because we're really interested in your feedback, you know, to learn more about what style videos. Got the truck wave from the truck guy. I'm really interested to see like what kind of videos that you guys want to see from us. I mean, historically, you know, like I said, we've always done pretty safe DIY videos. We've always been pretty secret as well about the different mods and what that we're doing. I don't normally spoil too many secrets. I'm just pulling out on a dirt road here. But I'm not opposed to just making the channel more open, just so you guys can have a little more see of what, you know, what goes on behind the scenes and whatnot. I mean, there's still a lot of people that just think it's me, and we have 12 employees. So, you know, I'd like to incorporate maybe more people into the channel, and more just like, I don't want to say lifestyle, but I think there's a lot of fun things that we can bring to the channel. Even things like this, where normally I'm in the garage on a lift. You know, we got the fire going because we have fire heat for the for the studio, and we're doing a pretty structured, pretty formal DIY. But you know, I like to get out too and just rip on the Raptor on some back roads and stuff. So if you guys are interested in this kind of content, let us know down in the comments below. I need to figure out where I am, so I gotta put the camera down and pop on the GPS. I am on my way over to the warehouse. Oh, here's a road. I think I figured it out. Oh, I know where we are. Oh, I didn't know I brought you out here. Oh, that was awesome. That's my new Raptor road. Actually, there's another road I want to take the Raptor down. That's a little bit, it's actually a lot sketchy. So we'll have to make some time for that. But anyway, once again, my name is Bryan. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like today's video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. And again, let us know in the comments below what kind of content you guys want to see, and we'll do our best to make it happen in 2022. Also, another thing, I'm not sure if I said it yet in this video or not, but we bought another BMW. We actually bought 2 BMWs. One's not here yet. One is here. So I think you guys are going to really like them. I think there's a lot of really good content that we can do with them. So get ready, because 2022, we're going big. Thanks for watching. See you next video.